Okay, week 5, Texans versus the Falcons. Atlanta is favored by a point, so pretty close. Then when I look at the raw data over here, is I have Houston with a slight advantage of -2, so it really should be a close game. And again, the game is in Atlanta. Oftentimes, point makers are going to want to take the uh, home field advantage on that one. This one here, when it comes to the raw numbers, that's where there's pretty much no statistical difference. So that 18 to 21, that 95% confidence interval just touches the 14 to 18 points of expected points for Atlanta. Again, this is from the simulated data over 100 games. So that's where it's saying that it's 95% confident that Houston's going to score somewhere between 18 to 21, and Atlanta is going to score between 14 to 18 points, and that's in the model. Real life is always going to be very different. It's taking the data that they've done so far, the how they've played so far, and then matching them up. And this is the outcome of 100 matchups in a simulation that I designed. So again, real life is always more interesting to watch, but it's nice to go into it with an expectation of what's going to happen, and that's what these numbers represent. So when I come over here, first off, I think anyone who watched football this last weekend would say CJ Stroud looked really good. Okay, he looked really good. You just have to look at that and say he's made an awful lot of adjustments. And you look at these last two games where he's put up 37 and 30 points respectively. You have to recognize that you have a rookie who is advancing very quickly and learning the game. And so he got off slow, and he is certainly progressing. And to put up 67 points in the last two games is darn good. Meanwhile, I don't think the same could be said of Desmond Ridder. And I think the last two games with the Falcons, grand total of 13 points between the two. Again, I realize they're playing at home, and there's supposedly a big home field advantage. I just don't think it pans out. Then when we come up here for the uh, Bayesian adjustment, they're saying, yeah, no, believe it or not, we think Houston's quite a bit better than what the model predicts. So with that, I'm really all on board with Houston with this one here. So let's look at the performance charts. So CJ Stroud, he's passing the ball. That dude is phenomenal. Meanwhile, Atlanta is relying on their running game. I think they have a mediocre passing game at best. Houston has not been running the ball a whole lot. That certainly could be a difference if Atlanta is able to take advantage of that and control the ball. But again, I don't think they're going to just be able to put up very many points. Then when we come over here to the right side, that's where we see Atlanta is struggling with with sacks as well. They've got a little bit of pop, not quite as much pop to them as what we have down here. I have a feeling that this is showing a little bit of that lag because again, this is raw data. So from the first two games where CJ Stroud was trying to figure things out, and then we come over here to the lower left, you'll notice that it is showing that Atlanta should be getting more plays. We'll see if they can get more points out of that, if they can control the ball, or if they're uh, cycling through and just not really getting a lot out of those plays. So it'll be interesting to watch. So I hope you like what you listen to. If you do, like and subscribe, and good luck with the bets, and we'll see you next week.